Hi, welcome to TMC Productions. I'm Tracey M, and I'm here to give you 12 ways that you can market yourself with little to no cost. Pretty good, huh? Because plain and simple, marketing can be expensive. The number one tip that I would give you is to have a website. When you are an author or an illustrator and you begin submitting your work, agents and editors will look you up. They're going to do a search and see if they can find you online. And it is really great if you have even just one web page, because with that one place you can have your picture and you can have a brief description of you. As you grow, you can expand your web page. You can create a portfolio, you can have some of your work online. If you are an author and illustrator, you begin to have books published or magazine articles. You can include links to those books or the magazines that you've been published in. And it just can continue to grow. Some of them are free. I pay for one, and mine is a little bit bigger than some, but I enjoy it, and I think it showcases who I am without you having to actually meet me. Number two is a blog. It's not for everybody, but blogs are free. You don't have to pay for them. It does take time. Some people will post once a month, once a week, twice a week. I know people that will post every day. Me personally, I try to post twice a week. Doesn't always happen. Life gets in the way, but I do have content, and I try to update it and keep it fun and informative. 3, once you get published, carry your books with you. Yes, have at least one set in the car with you at all times, because somebody will say, "Oh, do you have a copy of your book? I'd love to buy one from you." Or you might run into a business that would like to see your books because they might want to carry them. There you go. Have your books with you at all times. This way people can see them, they can hold them, they can flip through them and get a feel for it. And you never know, you might get a customer or you might get a retail carrier, which is real great. Number 4 is a business card. Yes. This is something that you can do very cheap. I'm going to give a shout out to Vistaprint. That's who I use. I get the premium, and they're kind of thick. They're a good thickness. And as you can see, I include a picture, my name, and then I'll have my phone number, my website, and my email address where they can get to them. I also include the fact that I am an author. And down below you can see I have a QR code, yeah, which is tied into a video that lets them see and hear me. So if they want to do that, they can, and it just kind of reinforces it. I wait for these to go on sale. I do. So I got you can get 250, 500 for like $10 at the time. So it's pretty cheap. Number 5 is a press kit. And I plan on going into what to include with a press kit on another post. But press kit, basically you want to have a bio about you, and you want to have a little one-page blurb about your book. And it includes what your book is about, who carries it, and where it can be found. And you can include links to Amazon or Books and Noble, not Books and Noble, they're out. Books and Nobles, and whoever may carry it online. And you can also say, oh, by the way, it's local too, and you can go to Lost Store, which is real nice, because then you give them a shout out and they appreciate that. Number 6, talk to people. Seriously, People are interested in finding out about you, just like you're interested about finding somebody else. Don't always make it about you. Kind of weave it into the conversation and make it natural. And you never know when people will sit there and say, oh, yeah, by the way, I know so-and-so, and they write books, or they illustrate, and they do a fantastic job. You need to go check them out. And then if you've given them a business card, or a couple, if they're a good friend, and they happen to have it on them, they can hand that out. So there goes some more marketing for you. Number 7, post on social media. It's free. Yes. Again, don't just like bash people over the head with it. You want to back it up and talk about other people, talk about events going on, and then again, weave yourself back into the conversation. Give a shout out to a book, or maybe you see a funny video and say, oh, well, this goes along with such and such video. I did that with my Arachnobet book not too long ago, and because I found a really funny cider video, and I said, oh, this goes along great with my Arachnobet book, and I tied it into it. It's easy. And all social media is free. You just got to have your time involved. So number 8, make friends with librarians. Yeah, because they will be your biggest cheerleaders. They will, especially when they're local. And I'm not just talking about your public. Go to your schools too and try to get involved with them, and they will tell people about you. You know, if you have an extra copy of the book that you don't mind giving them, give it to them, because they will put it in circulation, and if somebody likes it, they'll buy it. So there you go. Make friends with your librarians. Very important. Number 9 would be to create a flyer. Now, I personally like to do a quad flyer, and that's where you have your piece of paper and you put 4 pieces of information on the same page, and I just repeat. That's all I do. And what I do is I print them out myself, and I cut them up, and I take them with me. I take them to book signings. I take them to author visits. I take them when I guest speak. I may even have a couple in my purse or in my car, so I can hand them out whenever. You never know when an opportunity will happen. And the reason why I do this is because it has my picture, it has my website, pictures of my books on there, and also I do like a cute little story about me, and kind of just gives you a hint of who I am. And one thing that is really cool when you do author visits is when you have these little flyers, there's always somebody that they can't afford a book, but they really, really like you, and I wish I had something to sign. Well, you can take your flyer that has your name and your website information, and you can sign it, and they'll go home and they'll be like really excited and show mommy and daddy that they got an autograph, and maybe for a birthday or something like that, maybe the parents will splurge and buy one of your books. It's an investment, but that's free. So another thing, number 10, volunteer. You can go to day schools, you can go to preschools, you can go to your library again, do story hour or story 30 minutes, just something real cool and quick, and have a book with you, and read your book, and then read another book, and then just talk to the children about it and get them involved. Again, have your business cards, have your flyers ready, have your books in your car in case, you might get a sale, which would be wonderful. So that's free, and it involves your time, though. Number 11 involves your time, but it's free again. Have freebies on your website. As you expand that website, remember, you can put arts and crafts that pertain to your book. You can have coloring pages or word searches. You can have teacher's guides. All this will draw people into your website and give them material to use. On that material, you want to include your information. Put your name on there. Put your website on there. So everything could come back to you. And like with my coloring pages, I say this one is inspired by such and such book. And at the bottom, I'll have, Tracey M. Cox, www.traceymcox.com, and copyright. It's something simple and easy, and it's free. Again, it's just your time. Load it up as a PDF and have it up there. People love it. 12. My last tip for today is create a newsletter. Again, it can be free or you can pay. It depends on how you want to go. Right now, I'm using MailChimp, and I'm doing it free because I don't have a big audience yet. I know people that have a humongous audience and they go up and they pay for a little bit more, I'd say, advertisement and marketing, and it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. But you will have time involved. And create segments in your newsletter. Don't have everything be, about me, about me, about me, because again, you're bashing them over the head. Nobody wants that. So you can highlight an event going on, or you can highlight another author or illustrator, or something interesting for parents, something interesting for teachers and librarians, and here's a writing tip for you writers, or if you're an illustrator, you can give an illustration tip. Incorporate all that, and then at the bottom, again, put your books out there, have links, and you're just sitting there and you're layering your marketing. So there you go, 12 ways that you can market yourself, and they're little to no cost. Yes, time is involved, but it is well worth the investment. So, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about my marketing tips. Do you have some marketing tips I didn't cover that are, little to no cost? And I would love to hear about them. And how do you do it? Really. So don't forget, leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel, and keep coming back because I will be adding more. Okay? Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon.